Hello and welcome to another episode of Albums That Turned 20 in 2022. So this month's episode, as we're coming up to September, we're going to be talking about albums that were released in September of 2002, 20 years ago. So let's see what albums I noticed that I am reasonably familiar with that came out, some more than others. So first up from that period we have In Flames, Reroute to Remain, came out on September the 3rd. It's a number of combinations of different genres coming together on an album. So melodic death metal, alternative metal. Producer was Daniel Bergstrand. In the band at the time we had Anders Fryden, Bjorn Gelotti, Jesper Strombold, Peter Iwers and Daniel Svensson. It's 6 of 13 albums. There was also 1 single and 1 EP released off the back of this. It made the Hard Rock 500 albums of all time. It was number 13 on the Billboard Indie charts. The band were formed in 1990 and they are still active as of 2022. And one thing about the band is over the period that they've been going, they have changed quite a bit musically from their early melodic death metal roots. Next up we have Azatha and Nocturnal Poisoning, released on September the 8th. The genre is black metal. It's produced by Scott Malefic Connor and the band is actually a one-man band, black metal band, with Scott Malefic Connor as the one band member. It's one of 10 albums under the Zastha name, project, whatever you want to call it. And I'll come on why that's important in a moment. It made Album of the Year in 2002 in Terrorizer. I think it was number 40 actually, yeah. The band was formed in 1995. Now from 1995 to 2010 there were 8 albums released that were very much in the black metal and the black metal and dark ambient genres. And then from 2015 up to the present day, which currently is 2022, there were a further 2 albums released as neo-folk. Now, I think it's my understanding that often when they're touring as a neo-folk project, sometimes the name is slightly different than the Zastha project, but my understanding is all of the stuff is sort of released very much under that banner, even though the genre has changed quite considerably. Then we have Isis with Oceanic, released on September the 16th. Sort of genres you might notice in this album are post-metal and sludge metal, produced by Isis and Matt Bayles. The band at the time, Jeff, I think that's Caxides, Aaron Harris, Michael Gallagher, Bryant Clifford Mayer and Aaron Turner. It's 2 of 5 albums. If there's also in amongst the Isis mix, there's some remix albums as well. It made numerous lists, one of which was the Terrorizer end of year for 2002, where it made number 1. The band were formed in 1997 and disbanded in 2010. As of August 2014 they were referred to as ISIS the band for obvious reasons due to a unfortunate name connection with another ISIS. And on October 2018, on the 13th, they did a one-off live show under the banner of Celestial as well. So, and this band disbanded in 2010. Another album to come out in September of 2002 on the 17th was Shadows Fall, The Art of Balance. Genres that you might notice in this particular album: metalcore, thrash metal, produced by Chris Zeus Harris. At that time the band were Brian Fair, John Dynas, Matt Bashand, I think that is, and Paul Romanko and Jason Bittner. It's the third of 7 albums. There were 2 singles released off of this album. The band were formed in 1996. It made number 13 on the Billboard Indie chart. There was a hiatus from 2015 to 2021, and the band is still active in 2022. Then we have Ladytron. So a bit of a step away from the extreme genres that we've seen so far in terms of albums released. This came out on September the 17th. Electropop and New Wave, produced by Daniel Hunt and Mickey Petralia. The band are Daniel Hunt, Ruben Wu, Helen Marnie and Myra Arroyo. Oh dear me. Anyway, you can see it on the screen. There's actually 2 different covers to this as well. It's the second of 6 albums, 3 singles off the album. It made numerous end-of-year lists. It was in the indie charts in the UK and the US. The band were formed in 1999 and they're still active as of 2022. Then one of my favourite bands from this period, the Helicopters, By the Grace of God. Definitely well worth a listen if you haven't listened to this album. Genres on display on this album: we've got rock, hard rock, garage rock, all coming together. Produced by Chips Keesbay, Nicky Anderson. It's on the album. Robert Dahlquist, Kenny Hackinson, Anders Lindstrom and Robert Eriksson. It's 5 of 8 albums the band have released. There's 2 singles off this album. It went gold in Sweden. It charted in Finland, Norway and Sweden. The band were formed in 1994. They had a hiatus from 2008 to 2016 and they're still active as of 2022. CKY, Infiltrate, Destroy, Rebuild, came out on September 24th. Lots of different genres in the pot here: alternative rock, stoner rock, alternative metal, post-grunge. Producers were Chet I. Ginsberg, Darren Miller. The band at the time: Darren Miller, Chet I. Ginsberg, Jess Margira. It's 2 of 5 albums. 1 single off of this album made the US and UK charts, album charts. The band were formed in 1998 and they're still active as of the release of this video, or the recording of this video. So I hope you've enjoyed that list of albums that turned 20 in 2022. That was the September 2002 list, and I look forward to doing another episode where we look at October. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.